At 92 years old, Willie Nelson remains one of the most beloved and legendary figures in American music. His voice, weathered yet soulful, still carries the same honesty that made him an icon decades ago. But when you take a closer look at his life today, you'll discover a story that is both inspiring and heartbreaking. A journey filled with triumphs, pain, resilience, and the kind of wisdom that only comes from living nearly a century. Born in Abbott, Texas in 1933, Willie's early life was far from glamorous. Raised by his grandparents after his parents separated, he grew up surrounded by church hymns and the sounds of country music drifting through old radios. From the start, music became his refuge. By the age of 7, he was writing songs, pouring his heart into lyrics that revealed his pain and hope. Those childhood roots laid the foundation for a career that would later redefine country music itself. Willie's life wasn't an easy road to stardom. For years, he struggled to break into the industry, working odd jobs and selling songs for just a few dollars to keep going. Songs like Crazy, famously recorded by Patsy Cline, proved his genius long before the world fully recognized it. By the 1970s, Willie had carved out a style that didn't quite fit Nashville's polished mold. Instead, he became the face of the outlaw country movement, joining forces with artists like Waylon Jennings and Merle Haggard. Together, they changed the sound of country forever. His hits, On the Road Again, Always on My Mind, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, are more than just songs. They're anthems of love, loss, freedom, and the human spirit. For millions, they feel like memories set to music. But behind the fame, Willie carried burdens that weren't always visible under the spotlight. Through the decades, he endured financial troubles, devastating losses, and battles with his health. The IRS once seized nearly everything he owned, leaving him broke in the late 80s. Yet Willie, in true Willie fashion, didn't let it break him. Instead, he recorded an album, The IRS Tapes, Who'll Buy My Memories, to pay off his debts. It was a story of resilience, a lesson in never letting hardships define who you are. But perhaps the most painful parts of Willie's story are the ones tied to his family. He has faced heartbreaking losses, including the tragic death of his son Billy in 1991. Even now at 92, that grief remains etched in his heart. In interviews, he often reflects on the importance of family, forgiveness, and cherishing every moment, lessons learned through both love and unimaginable sorrow. Health has been another battle. Over the years, Willie has dealt with lung issues, bouts of pneumonia, and other complications that threaten to silence his voice forever. Yet somehow he keeps going. Many credit his determination, his love of music, and even his controversial embrace of marijuana for helping him keep a level of calm and longevity that few could imagine. He laughs at the idea of slowing down, even as fans worry about his fragile health. Today, Willie spends much of his time surrounded by family, friends, and of course music. His ranch in Texas remains his sanctuary, a place where he can step away from the world and simply enjoy the quiet moments of life. When he's on stage, though, something magical still happens. The twinkle in his eye, the way his hands move across trigger, his old battered guitar that has traveled with him for decades, remind fans that his spirit remains unbroken. At 92, Willie has become more than just a musician. He's a symbol of endurance, authenticity, and heart. His voice is softer now, his steps a little slower, but when he sings, it's as if time itself pauses. You can hear the weight of every year, every struggle, and every victory in his notes. What makes his story so emotional isn't just the music or the fame, it's his humanity. Willie Nelson is a reminder that even legends are not immune to loss, pain, and regret. Yet he has chosen time and again to face life with grace, humor, and love. Fans who see him today often find themselves teary-eyed, not just because of the frailty of age, but because they recognize the gift of still having him here. Every performance feels like a farewell, a reminder that time is precious, and that the legacy of a man like Willie Nelson will never fade. So when you see Willie Nelson at 92, still singing, still smiling, still carrying the heart of America in his voice, it's hard not to cry. His life is proof that even through heartbreak, financial ruin, health scares, and loss, it's possible to keep going, to keep singing, to keep loving. And that's why, even at nearly a century old, Willie Nelson remains a true American treasure.